Hey y'all, welcome and welcome back to my channel. It's me, Kia Simone, and you know we are here to talk. And today we are here talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville. I strongly believe somebody may end up dragged today, okay? This episode just was a lot for me, okay? And so we just gonna get right on into it because I'm pretty sure I got a lot to say. So this episode picks up exactly where the last one left off, which is at Taco Tuesday with them going back and forth about Tiffany's tea and me sitting here with a drink in my hand because I'm sick of them. They're at the table going back and forth and Melody starts arguing with Destiny about, well, what was the issue with the tea she brought? She was extremely protective and defensive of Tiffany. And you claim that Destiny is supposed to be your friend and y'all are sisters and there for each other and this, that, and the third, but you had absolutely no consideration or concern for how she felt and were completely in defense and protection mode for Tiffany. And it was, well, would you think I would bring somebody there that would do that? Did you think she brought tea intentionally? Why don't you ask me? Because I wouldn't do that. Sis, you gonna have to take your guilt and get the hell out my face till you deal with it. Because she wasn't gonna talk to me like that. I'm so sorry. We'd cleared that table. Okay? Ooh, child. Let me reel it in and let me save it because she pissed me off at every turn in this episode. So anyway, they break down to Tiffany why what she did was problematic. That it was not okay for you to bring this stale tea to my birthday brunch. And then she's like, well, when it originally happened, you didn't say anything, so I didn't think it bothered you. What? Destiny says, well, of course I didn't say anything because I'm trying to figure out who is this woman, what is she talking about? She must be crazy. Mel pissed me off so bad at this Taco Tuesday table. I do not understand for the life of me why she wouldn't at least be neutral on the matter and say, well, listen, let's hear Destiny out, let's hear Tiffany out, let's see if we can come to a middle ground. That's not what she did. Well, what was the problem with the tea? Well, ask me. Why don't you ask me? Because I invited her. Hold on. What? You want to fight? Or what? I don't understand the energy. I'm with Destiny. I'm going to need you to pipe down. Because if I pipe up, it's going to be piping. To wrap it up, Tiffany gives Destiny this fake apology. And Destiny kind of, lets it go. Because you ain't the real culprit. She going to get to the real culprit. Okay? Okay. So then they move on to play some messy mail card game. Everybody had to hold 3 answer cards. The 3 cards said, I would never, I have never, or guilty. And then they're going to ask these questions and you have to hold up a card to answer your position on that particular question. The first question that comes up is side chicks. This girl that made a whole card game to compare people's marriages to hers. But you calling other people bitter and insecure. Like, we's gonna get into you. They ask if anybody's ever been a side chick. A few of them put up the I would never. Destiny puts up I would never and guilty. And they ask, well, how is that possible? And she said, because I would never do that knowingly. But I have been in a position where I've been dating a person and found out that they were in a relationship and they never told me prior to that. And then they asked Kimmy and Tisha, who done been crying for 2 seasons and 4 episodes about Kimmy supposed to be her sister. We supposed to be like sisters. Kimmy, you ever been a side chick? The second she thinks she's back in Mel's good graces, here she go, gunning for Kimmy. I'm so sick of Tisha with her big apple airhead. I'm sick of everybody. So the next question is about oral. How often do you give your spouse oral? This to hurt their damn feelings. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Because one thing, let me tell you what my mom always told me. You don't have no friends when it comes to your man. Okay? You don't have no friends when it comes to your man. You trust no woman when it comes to your man. What you ain't gonna do is ask me what goes on in my house, much less my bedroom. I might be doing handstands and backflips. That's betwixt me and him, honey. Okay? I'm not giving you no clues about what my man like, about what I'm capable of. None of that. Because you won't be sending your little operatives for mine. They asked Kimmy, well, how often do you? I don't know why they coming for Kimmy so hard. Destiny must have let them know, you know, she in fight mode. I drag y'all across this table so they had to pick somebody else to play with. Now, the thing is, Kimmy will drag y'all too. Kimmy is just a little bit older and more mature and knows how to navigate a conversation that lets you know I'm gonna whoop your ass if you keep playing with me before she actually snatches you by your bad wig. So they asked Kimmy, you know, how often she does it. And Kimmy said, you know, maybe once a week, maybe every 2 weeks, something like that. And here go Mel. Well, I mean, Kimmy is very sexual and she's very proud of that. So I'm just surprised that I just really thought it was more often than, you know, every other week. They asked, well, Mel, how often were you doing it? Because you the only one who had a husband out here running around screaming, but I wish somebody would give me some. And so, how often were you doing? Well, towards the latter part of my marriage, like almost every day. Moving on. So the next question is about threesomes. Few of them said they would never, or they have never. And Kimmy said she has never, but it's something that her and Maurice talk about. They've talked about since they started dating. So Kimmy lets them know that, you know, me and Maurice still talk about it. Like, if y'all call Maurice's phone right now, he could give you a name of who I would be down to do a threesome with. They all kind of start laughing, and Tisha makes this joke about Destiny. Are you in that rotation? And Destiny fell for it. She thought she was in the rotation. And Kimmy had to tell her, no, baby, it ain't you. She said, well, what about when I saw y'all at the club and I had on that black dress with the slits and the thighs and stuff, and you came and touched my leg, you know, I thought you kind of wanted me. Destiny, you better be confident, girl. Kimmy said, no, baby, I touch everybody. She said, I touch Marcel. Didn't you hear? I touch everybody. I'm just a touchy person, so no, baby, it ain't you. So don't bring your ass to my door in the middle of the damn evening in a trench coat thinking we want you, because I'm hurt your feelings. Okay? Mel starts to talk about how she and Marcel went to counseling, how they're setting up these boundaries for co-parenting, and now Destiny did start over-talking her and was like, yeah, boundaries are great. I think Destiny didn't want to hear that foolishness. And Mel goes, I'm not finished. I was still talking. And they start going at it. And Mel makes a comment about the fact that Destiny didn't share with her that she was divorced until a month later. And so Destiny says what I've been thinking all along. Destiny said, oh, okay, so my divorce is about you. Well, no, your divorce isn't about me. I'm just saying that I'm still pissed about that. Destiny packed up her little plate and left. I'd have been gone if I was her. I don't know if there's a time limit they got to stay to earn their check for each scene, but sis was like, all right, I done did my time. It's time for me to go, because if I don't go, I'm going to be doing time, because I'm going to hurt somebody. That scene took a lot out of me. Moving on. Tisha goes to meet Marcel at Scott Manor. Y'all know Tisha works my nerves. She pulls up to Scott Manor, and she's saying going up this hill is why she needs a work truck. Time out. If y'all plan on moving there and living there, are you going to be driving a work truck to and from? Because it don't make sense. You just making up reasons to spend money, Tisha. So she gets up there to talk to Marcel. They start talking about, what's going on with the development, and they are throwing Uncle Mike under the bus that can't get up that hill in the first place. Just get y'all a new contractor and leave Uncle Mike alone, okay? Because Uncle Mike's sick of y'all, y'all sick of Uncle Mike, and I'm sick of everybody. So then Tisha goes on to tell Marcel about some tea she got while she was at Taco Tuesday. Now, is it me, or every time somebody goes to a gathering where Mel is present, tea is being spilled? And it's always some stale tea, some tea that ain't got no sugar, honey, or ice in it. It's just tea. She tells him how, Mel told me how she was getting DMs that, hey, your girl's husband is in the club hugged up with people while we were in Texas. And it's pictures and videos of him actually hugged up with friends of theirs taking pictures. So Mel done delivered some more cold, stale tea. You need to get out the tea business. Leave it to Lipton and Nestle and them kind of people. Get out the tea business because it ain't working for you. Okay? It ain't working for you. Here's my thing. How do you claim you're a woman's woman? You want to be friends with all these women. You think you're the head cheerleader. But at every opportunity, you're looking to tear down these women or their marriages. Why? Destiny is already divorced. Her marriage is over. Let her steep in that, rather than steeping in old tea that probably caused the divorce that I'm sure she knows about that she's keeping from y'all, because she's not an attention whore like others. See, Mel is the type who wants to be famous so bad that she will do it at any cost. And if it means embarrassing myself even, because I'm going to get the pity vote and people are going to love me because I'm the victim, she'll do that. Everybody ain't got their dignity up for sale. Okay? That's why everybody ain't got 4 babies in 10 years in a marriage where a man done had the same side chick for 5-6 years. Where they got children younger than his outside relationship. See, I'm all about being a woman's woman, and I will support women when they are going through, because I've been in male shoes. I just wasn't foolish enough to marry the man or to have a bunch of babies for him. I done been in the shoes of, I loved this man, okay? Hey, I didn't have the problems that she got. But my thing is, I'm not bitter enough. Maybe it's because I took the time to heal from that before I pretend. I was not running around, but I'm unbothered and I'm single now. Child was stretched out. That man hurt me. Mama! Okay? But see, because you're so busy pretending that you're unbothered and unfazed by the fact that your whole marriage has collapsed. You have 4 children to raise by yourself, and the husband you thought you would grow old and die with now has a baby with this outside chick who feels like she can come for you, rather than you acknowledge that that's a lot. You go out and you go to tear other women down to your level of misery. I don't have no respect for Mel. I don't have none. And so as long as you coming for other women, and as long as you tearing other women down, I'll be here to hold a mirror up in your face. Now catch that tea. Anyway, we was talking about Tisha and Marcel. I done almost forgot. I was so So, after Tisha and Marcel have a good laugh at this old moldy tea that old girl done gave her, they talk about Destiny's divorce. And that, Tisha was really kind of taken aback, and she was really put off and hurt by the fact that Destiny is actually divorced. And Marcel's response is, well, what did she do? Tisha, You better recognize these damn scare tactics when he uses them. So she goes, what do you mean? How do you know it was her? Well, what should she have done? Basically, you gonna put it on her and you gonna scare Tisha into thinking, well, she got a divorce because she wasn't doing what her husband needed her to do. You don't take that caveman shit up the street or take it up that hill y'all developing, but get out my face with it. They continue to talk, and Tisha is asking Marcel, will he go back to therapy with her? Marcel said, hell no. That's what I ain't doing. And then he asked her, because he knows his wife, he said, why are you suddenly so interested in therapy? What is it? It's Mel. She want to be like Mel. She want to do whatever Mel said do. That's what it is. She goes, well, you know, I just know that a lot of black families don't believe in it, and I want us to get the help we need. So you gonna just literally repeat the stuff Mel said. Tisha, the next time you go out shopping, I want you to shop for a brain that thinks on its own. That's what I want you to look for. Put that on your shopping list. Okay? Marcel will approve the purchase. So next up, Mel goes to Destiny's house to discuss this Taco Tuesday. Well, Mel gets there and, you know, she's her typical fake self. And, oh, where's the baby? She said, oh, the baby ain't here. You know, that's that just in case I got to drag you through this house. That's why the baby... I know code when I hear it. I just know code when I hear it, okay? As Destiny is explaining her position, why she feels the way she feels, where she's coming from, Mel is not only continuing to defend Tiffany, she is highly dismissive and disrespectful towards Destiny. To the point where Destiny is like, listen, open your eyes when I'm talking to you. I'm not law. I'm not your baby. Girl, how immature can you be? See, she's the type that will lure people into shit. She lures you. She uses passive aggression to lure you out of your bag and then go, look, see how you acting? See, you the problem. See? That's her specialty. Her specialty is luring you out of your bag with her little antics and then remaining calm and pretending that you're out of your mind because look how you're behaving. So Destiny makes this comment as Mel is kind of being completely disrespectful and dismissive and says, you know, I don't think Mel really understands where I'm coming from. No, baby. She understands because she's not stupid. She understands. She does not care. And because she struggles so much with accountability, what she does is rather than take accountability for the fact that I was wrong or I contributed to something that was wrong, she will try to make you wrong so that y'all are now level and she doesn't have to take accountability because look at how you're acting. Look at how you're talking to me. Yeah, because look at the situation you put me in and look at how you handled me. When Destiny said to her, are we going to be grown women or are we going to be high schoolers? I felt that. That is the question for Mel's life. Are you going to grow up and be a grown woman in any situation you're in? Or are you going to continue to be a high schooler? Because that's how she approaches everything. So they go back and forth. Destiny says her piece while Mel is closing her eyes and rolling her eyes and everything else. And then Mel says, well, this is what we'll do. We'll bet our friendship on this watermelon. We go cut this watermelon open, and if it's sweet, then we'll be friends. If it ain't sweet no more, then we won't be friends no more. Baby. Uh-uh. I will bust this watermelon down so you can take you a few slices and get on out my life, okay? You get in your vehicle, you take you a one-way trip to wherever you live, and you don't look back. Because this is the game we're not going to play. You're not going to disrespect me. You're not going to reduce the relationship you have with me to a piece of fruit and its texture, okay? You're not going to handle me all kind of way because you're not some head cheerleader and I'm some damn flunky that wants to be up under you. And when Destiny, oh girl, it's sweet, we best friends, I could have slapped that damn headband wig off her. I thank God that I have been delivered from fake friends, period. I really do. Because there was a time when I would just overlook the things people do. Like, maybe they don't know no better. No, ain't no maybe. I pray for y'all's deliverance. So next up, they do a gathering for the Scott boys' middle school graduation. Apparently, Marcel, Maurice, and their other brother, Micah, all have sons that are the exact same age, that are all graduating from 8th grade, going to high school, and they believe in rites of passage, and so they made a whole ceremony of it. And I think it was a really nice thing to do. They all kind of stood around, gave the boys advice on life, let them know that as they're going into high school, this is where the building blocks happen. This is where you're going to be setting up the rest of your life and making decisions that will impact the rest of your life. And it was a really nice scene. Both Kimmy and Kiowa were there, and Kiowa, did speak her speech and said, I remember us all being pregnant with these kids at the same time. And so, I hope y'all all listen and stay tight-knit in this, that, and the third. And while I believe that was a sincere message to the boys, I do also believe that was her, saying, listen, I just want y'all to be clear, I was here first. I said, okay, Kiowa. But it was a really nice scene. That was probably the most civilized part of this episode. Okay, so they're having a whole celebration for the boys. They got the boys a party bus, and then the adults are going inside black, and they're gonna all, just kind of mingle and drink and have a good time. Tiffany and her husband show up, and when they show up, Maurice and Kimmy decide they're gonna take this opportunity to confront them about Tiffany bringing the whole monster vaping thing to the brunch table. Baby, them chickens come home to roost. Here we go. Maurice is expressing his position and how he feels like what she did was completely inappropriate, and talking about the fact that they try to keep their child out of the spotlight because not everybody handles pressure and public opinion the same way. At this point, Kiowa had walked over and joined the conversation since it involved her son. He used that opportunity to explain that, well, listen, I did talk with his mom about it, but I did not talk to Kimmy about it because we have a particular way in which we'd like to handle our son. Now, that had nothing to do with Tiffany and her husband. That might have been, once again, an attempt to avoid the confrontation that needs to happen between Kimmy and Maurice about why am I finding out about stuff that goes on with our child in the street. Tiffany says, if it were my sons, the first thing I do is post, this is what he learned from it. Not as an embarrassing factor, just to say this is what he learned. First of all, there's so much wrong with that, it's not even funny. Why is an event or a mistake in your child's life up for social consumption? I think people have to learn to rethink the things that they choose to share with social media. Your child is for you to rear and protect, not for you to make social entertainment of. If you want to use mistakes as a social advantage, use your mistakes. Talk about the things you've done wrong. But leave those kids out of it. Maurice breaks down to her how we have to learn to be a little more private with the events that happen in our lives, the mistakes we make, things like that, that everything is not up for social and public consumption. She starts crying. And just like Maurice said in the confessional, I feel like Maurice, I don't care that she broke down and cried. She needs to cry. So in the middle of this scene, they cut away to Mel and everybody else sitting at the bars. Mel, Marcel, Miss Wanda, Destiny, Marcel, and Mel, with her messy self, throws this question out and says, Marcel, how come you didn't deliver a bottle of y'all's wine to Marcel personally like you did to me? Miss Wanda said, hold on, he did what now? And so here goes Mel. What's the issue with that? Miss Wanda said, the issue is I don't like it, sweetie. When I tell y'all I live for Miss Wanda tickles me. Do you hear me? Mel jumps up. You know what? Let me get up and go because I don't have time for Wanda's Chronicles today. First of all, you are extremely disrespectful. You did what you did on purpose because first you brought it up. You know that there's an issue with it, which is why you brought it up. And you brought it up to make Marcel jealous. I wish you would move on with your life, okay? Or just go lay up with the man if that's what you want to do. She gets on my nerves. So after she has thrown this bone out there, disrespected Miss Wanda and stomped off, she takes her out-of-place self and injects herself into the conversation that the Scotts are having with Tiffany and her husband. Now here she go. What y'all talking about? Something that ain't your business. And I don't know why nobody sitting there had the courage to tell her something that's not your business. We'll let you know when you're invited into the conversation. Well, y'all looking like y'all talking about something serious and you don't have the social etiquette to get your ass up and go back where you were. So when Mel inserted herself, and you know, Tiffany, no, I can tell you, Tiffany would never do anything with ill intent and this, that, and the third. Nobody asked you. So next thing you know, she takes Tiffany off and they go off to the bathroom. And Tiffany is in tears. And so Mel is trying to stir up drama. Well, the issue isn't that you said it. The issue for me, the bigger issue is that Kimmy didn't know. Because that's the wife. And that's who's in the house. So why didn't she know? And so even Tiffany had to basically tell Mel, time out for the drama. Because while that may be well and true, I do agree with the whole general point that it was out of line and it was bad timing and bad placement for me to bring this up at that brunch table. Period. That's why she's crying. Because she knows she's wrong. And you done let this damn girl put a battery in your back. I feel like I done screamed half this review. Like, this episode agitated me so bad. It's not even funny. I am just... So then they move on to all the guys are going outside. They're going to go outside, you know, smoke cigars and hang out and talk. Well, Miss Wanda stopped Marcel. And here go Marcel. What you like him or something? Like, Marcel says the tight shirt, boy. Miss Wanda said, I don't want you. Wanda is funny to me. Miss Wanda said, I don't want you. And Marcel said, I'm sorry, it's not the tight shirt, I'm sorry. Miss Wanda pulls Marcel and Melody aside to have a Betty Wright talk with them. So she's given Mel her version of After the Pain. Now, if you ever listen to Betty Wright After the Pain, you know, she has this whole breakdown where she says there was a time when people didn't let you just break up. They cook up a little food and throw a little party and they whisper things in your ear like, don't blame Mr. Charlie. Mr. Charlie is just a man and he's doing the best he can. Okay? Miss Wanda come from the Betty Wright era. She is talking to them about, listen, I know y'all still love each other. and she gets in the breaking Mel down. She said, listen, ain't no need to throw the man away when you knew what he was doing. You knew for years he had a side piece, okay? Right, that happened. That's done. It is what it is. You knew he was dealing with the little coleslaw girl or whatever. And so Mel decides she want to argue with Miss Wanda. Well, what you mean or whatever, like you don't know whoever she is. You follow her on Instagram. You be liking her posts and telling her she's beautiful. So Miss Wanda said, and? Wanda said, and? I mean, I told her she beautiful. She beautiful, and? Oh, Miss Wanda, you's a mess. I cannot. Mel had already kind of jumped in and defended Marcel when they were all kind of joking on him about his tight shirt and stuff like that. And everybody kind of got into the, oh, look at the Holtz, coming together kind of thing. And so Miss Wanda just seized the moment. Now, I do not recommend staying with somebody who has mistreated you. I don't care how many kids y'all got together. I don't necessarily agree with Miss Wanda's advice. However, I know where Miss Wanda is coming from. I respect where Miss Wanda is coming from. Miss Wanda said, listen, I let it be known. I'm not trying to put y'all back together. I don't have a whole lot of room to judge nobody's situation. Y'all know I got 2 husbands. You better go ahead, Miss Wanda. You better live your best life with your 2 husbands. She said, but I'm just saying, give the man a chance. And so, in the confessional, Mel has the audacity to say that Wanda sounds like a bitter old woman coming to her with this. This couldn't have been my mama. Because I'd have dragged Mel and her mama by their wigs. Do you understand what I'm saying? How dare you sit up and call anybody else's mama a bitter old woman when your mama was literally at your house trying to intervene between your kid's father and your children, was trying to pick a fight with your ex-husband, and was at the park having a conversation with your ex-husband about your failed marriage and crying and carrying on about how she intended to live vicariously through you because she had a broken home for you and he came from a broken home, so she just didn't expect that for her grandkids, and how hurt she is that he cheated. Your mama is the bitter old woman. So when Miss Wanda, has the conversation with Mel about, listen, I'm not saying take him back. I'm just saying y'all have been through the ringer. Maybe just give him a chance. And she's like, give him a chance to do what? Be my man? And she was like, yeah, just give him a try. She said, well, you gonna marry his ass then. Wanda fell out laughing. Wanda said, I ain't trying to get married. Wanda don't want to get married to a damn soul. Wanda done got 2 men. She married the one she can't get rid of and got another one she keep, but she ain't getting rid of the first one because I don't want to mess up and marry this one. The episode came to an end with Mel bringing up that, Wanda, she said, it's funny to me how on one hand, Wanda is telling me to make up with Marcel and this, that, and the third. But on the other hand, she's friends with the side chick on social media, follows her, likes her posts, tells her she's beautiful and all that. Miss Wanda said, and what's the issue? And that's where the episode came to an end. Now, I done sipped my way through this review. So I think I feel a little better than when I started. I've also gotten it off my chest now. So, I hope that's everything. As always, I thank you for stopping by. I thank you for listening. I appreciate you. I love you. I mean it. I'll see you next time. Bye.